Hello everyone, my name is Molly and today we are going to be discussing We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now, this book is so tiny, I finished it in like 5 hours. For those of you who don't know, this book is about a girl named Cadence. Cadence? Yeah, Cadence. And she is a Sinclair. And these Sinclairs are just like a giant family and they're really rich. And so they get everything they want in life. But there was this accident at this island that they go to every summer. And there was this accident. So Katie is trying to remember everything that she forgot. And there's tragedy. And I think it's considered contemporary, but it's like a mysterious contemporary. What really saved this book for me was the ending. Because throughout the whole book I was going, okay, I think this gets like 3.5 stars. Like, it's okay, but I don't really love it. Like, it's not, I didn't like the characters. They bothered me. So it's just kind of like, what? The ending was just, oh, it was great. So, I mean, it wasn't great. It was tragic, but it was still like, it really saved the book for me. So, I would give it a try. It's really short, it's mysterious, it's contemporary-ish, and yeah, a lot of people enjoy it. So, yes. If you have not read the book, I'm going to ask you to leave now because I don't want to be spoiling it for you. Do not read spoilers. Just go into it and see what happens. I've been down on spoilery, people. Okay. Let's discuss this. Okay. Just first of all, I need to talk about the ending. I did not see that coming that they were all dead. I was like, oh. I didn't like the characters throughout the book, so I told myself, I'm reading it, and I'm like feeling myself getting emotional. I'm like, why are you getting emotional? You didn't even like the characters. You're not allowed to cry, and you're not allowed to cry in this book. 5 minutes later, I'm like, tears are streaming down my face. Okay, not like streaming, but I have like tears in my eyes and stuff. It wasn't like a full-on sob fest, but it was still kind of like emotional. Just because I don't like when people have to say goodbye to their loved ones, like, especially if they're, like, alive and stuff, but they're not alive, but, okay, so that brings me to this next question. Were they ghosts? Could anyone else see them? Were they ghosts? Were they, like, I don't know. What were they? Because they were, like, solid. They were, like, normal humans, but they weren't. So where did they go on the island? Like, where did they go when Katie wasn't there? So I found that whole ending good, like really interesting, but also really confusing. I think it rose more questions than it answered. We're gonna kind of go backwards. I'm just kind of like going backwards from my notes. So we finally learn what happened in the fire. I was just so confused throughout this whole book because it was a hallucination inside of a hallucination, and it was just like, you didn't know what was real, what was fake, what was memory, what wasn't. It was just very confusing writing, and I think that was good for the book, but I don't know. It was just very confusing. When we finally start to learn about all these memories, we learned that when they set the fire, they were drunk, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? You're gonna set a freaking fire and you're drunk? What is wrong with you? I'm like, you're setting a freaking fire. Why are you getting drunk? I was so frustrated at that point. I was like, no wonder why you're all dead. You're all so damn stupid. Ugh. Also, another question. Why did they call themselves the Liars? Because I would get if they called themselves the Liars after the fire if they all survived. But it was way before that. So why were they called the Liars? Do they always lie? Like, I was like, oh, God, what is it? We're gonna kind of go backwards in time to when I didn't know that there was it was all fake, it didn't really happen. So we're gonna just kind of go back from that. I really didn't enjoy these characters. I didn't like Gat. I hated that kid. I didn't like Katie. I found her annoying. I liked Johnny towards the end, but then he, left. Mira was okay. She kind of seemed like a whiny bitch at points. So, yeah. I didn't like them. But Katie would follow Gat around like a lost puppy at some points. And I was just like, oh, girl, you gotta get a hold on yourself. Like, oh, God, it was so annoying because she had it in her head that she loved him and that she could forgive him for everything that he did. And she never really got an explanation. She was just like, he kept doing one bad thing after another. And she was just like, yeah, I forgive you, it's fine, let's start over. I was like, no, that's not what you do, because give you any explanations. He never did anything for you. Like, yes, he tried, but you deserve to get the whole picture, and you didn't even want that. Like, you just kept forgiving him and following him around. And it was so freaking... I love how part 4 is called Look, a Fire. It's like, oh, look at that. There's a deadly fire that's going to kill us all. We get this memory of him getting this beach rose when he was dating Raquel and sending her the beach rose in an envelope. And Katie was so distraught and stuff. So, like, the beach rose is Gat and Raquel's thing, right? I would find it kind of offensive if he gave me a beach rose too. It's like, no, you gave it to her. That's not my type of thing. Like, yes, it was a sweet gesture, but I would find it kind of annoying. It's like, no, that's what you gave to your other girl when we were fighting. No, I'm not. No. Throughout the book, obviously, I don't think anyone could see them other than Katie. But Mira gets sick. She's sick from staying on the earth for so long when she's dead. It's been a while for her, but the pain is fresh to Katie, so she needs them. And no one asks her if she's okay, if she, like, okay, I get the other two because they kind of understand, but why wouldn't Katie be like, hey, Mira, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need anything? Like, oh, God, I was like, help the poor girl. Like, seriously. She sounds like she's dying over here, and you're just, like, ignoring it. Oh. I finally get why he didn't call her. Because he was dead the entire time. That just occurred to me. Okay. In the beginning of this book, we're getting all these scenarios, like when the father left and she says she got shot. I thought she was serious for a second. I didn't know that she was crazy, and I thought she was serious. And I was like, oh my God, I shot her? And then the mom's like, get up, get up. I'm like, what? And then I realized that it's fake, and I'm like, oh, thank God. I was like, is that the accident? Did she get shot? Is she gonna die? Was she dead this entire time? I was kind of close with that guess. But yeah, and so throughout this book, or throughout the first couple chapters, she's crazy, she's hallucinating, and she's saying how she's like melting and how she's bleeding all over Gat, and I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? And then I think of Winter from the Lunar Chronicles. The last book hasn't come out yet, but it's all about Winter, and we see her in Crest, and she's crazy. She sees things that aren't there because she doesn't use her ability, so she like hallucinates all the time, and she's very uncomfortable, and that's just how I saw Katie from this. Those were my thoughts on We Were Liars. Let me know if you've read it, what you thought of it, and I will be coming to you guys with another book talk soon. Bye for now.